Every time we are on these apps, I want you to be making money. It is diabolical how so many of you guys spend hours upon hours upon hours on these apps and you're not even getting paid to be here. You do realize that these apps make hundreds upon millions of dollars, right? And you're on here for hours and you're not making a dime, unacceptable. Unacceptable. If you are not building your business, if you are not getting paid to post your content, that is a serious problem that we have to fix today, not tomorrow. It's got to get fixed today. Something else I want you ladies to understand is this. You should be generating income when you are asleep. See, the goal is to build generational wealth, but we cannot do that if the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it. Because let's be real with ourselves. At some point, you're going to want to take a vacation with your family, I hope, right? At some point, you're going to practice self care. You're going to want to spend time with your children. You might even want to get 8 hours of sleep. Okay. If the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it, well, then that's a serious problem that we have to fix today, not tomorrow. Noah said, I'm exhausted. Amen. Amen. Ladies, you only need one product in your store to sell over and over again. See, so many of you guys get hung up on I have to make ebook after ebook after ebook. You are obsessed with making ebooks, but you haven't even sold the first one. Okay. You only need one product. One. And that one ebook excuse me, you will be able to resell over and over and over again to hundreds upon thousands of people. But you want to know what the real issue is with you and why it's not getting done? See, the truth is you live in fear. Mm, yes, you do. You live in fear. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of failing. You're so fearful of people talking about you. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. Yes, it is stealing it. And you let it. Because let's be real. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. Good morning, true or false? You know exactly what kind of money you want to make. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children when you're no longer here. You know all the things. You've been praying and praying and praying some more. But every single day that you don't live like that is another day that you could have. But you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. We've got to fix that, ladies. It has to get fixed today so she can finally live the life that you've been wanting to live for a very long time. Okay. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. My name is Jasmine. And this morning we are going to be building our online business. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create your ebook from scratch. I don't care how much experience you have or not. I'm going to teach you. But most importantly, ladies, not only are we going to be building our online business, we're going to be building ourselves. Contrary to popular belief, you are getting in your own way. I'm going to tell you the truth about yourself this morning. I'm going to keep it real. You are holding yourself back. See, it's your lack of consistency that's getting in your way. It's your lack of follow through that's getting in your way. It's your lack of confidence that's getting in your way. It's your refusal to let go of fear and limiting beliefs. It's your refusal to put yourself first in your own life. I don't know how many lives you get, but I only get one. I only get one. And I make sure that every single day that I wake up, I'm going to make myself a priority. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority in your life if you want any of this to work. Because if you refuse to, I promise you, you won't have an online business. I promise you that. There are things about you that have to change. And if you do not change those things, your life will not change. Okay? I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes. If I know anything about you, good morning, you're human, which means you're bound to forget because life, and stress is true or false. But if you write the things down, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to those notes and get them done. All right. The key word of this live, ladies, is execution. You're going to hear me say this word 10 million times because I need it to stick in your pretty head. That not only are we going to talk about it this morning, not only are you going to write it down, but you're gonna do it. See, a lot of you guys love to hop from TikTok live to TikTok live. That is your addiction. And you have convinced yourself that by watching people talk about business, you're conducting business. No, ma'am, you want to be honest? You're really just wasting your time. That's the truth. You are wasting your time because if you don't do anything with the information that was given to you, well, then what was the point? So it can sit in a notebook and collect dust? You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to start executing the play because if you don't execute, I promise you 1000% guaranteed it won't work. It will not work. Okay? If you have, oh, one more thing before we get started, you guys. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. YouTube, go ahead and thumbs up the live. I see 20 people on here and only 2 thumbs up. The math ain't mathin'. TikTok, start double tapping the screen. The more we interact with these lives, ladies, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women have no clue they're their own worst enemy. No, they're playing victim Olympics. They're blaming everybody but themselves. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat because if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, you guys make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos. Yes, they do. They steal my videos and they make fake accounts and they're going to message you pretending to be me. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, okay? All right, are y'all ready? Go ahead and put a ready in the chat. Let's go, let's go. And while I wait for at least one person to type the word ready, it doesn't take that long. Type the word ready. I'm going to ask you and be honest. Ladies, when was the last time you put yourself first in your own life? Meaning, when was the last time you said, okay, I'm going to lock in today and I'm going to take 30 minutes and execute something off of my to-do list that's going to push me forward to the life I want for myself? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's going to have to change. You're going to have to start making yourself a priority in your own life. See, if you stop scrolling on social media so much, you would have time to actually do what you say you want to do to improve your life. You can't spend 5 hours scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and still get things done. Life don't work like that. In order to get something, you're going to have to give something up. You're going to have to give up distractions in order to get the business that you say you want so badly. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. So, what is a digital product and how will we build the business? Let's talk. So, a digital product, ladies, is something you do not have physical possession of. So, think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? You are going to create something to sell, and it could be anything. And please don't overthink. Do not overthink. Some of y'all love to do that, but you need to stop because it's not getting you anywhere. There's something that you're already really good at. There's something that you have a lot of knowledge in. Ask yourself, what is something that people try to get you to do for free all the time? And whatever that thing is, I promise you that's your business. All right. But again, the problem is you live in fear, which stands for fuck everything and run on this live. You got to stop running. Now, I'm going to give y'all 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So not only are you going to download it, good morning, you're going to open it and you're going to use it. Okay. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch this morning. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. YouTube, thumbs up the live. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. Okay. All right. Very good. Now, the mirror is not working on one of my TikTok accounts, so it is going to be backwards this morning. I'm not too sure what's going on, so just kind of bear with me. All right. App number 1 is Canva. Canva, Canva, Canva. Hello. You will be using Canva for everything. Everything that you need. I promise you can get it off of Canva. Okay. So maybe you do want to create content. Go on Canva. Canva has thousands of Instagram reel templates on there for you. Okay. Maybe you do want to start that YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single day, but you still don't listen because you're hard-headed as hell. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there, and for those of y'all who do not know, those thumbnails are just the pictures that you see before you click on the actual YouTube video. So it draws people's attention to your video in the first place, all right? And maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to make this morning, but you want it to look all professional and branded, fine. Canva has thousands upon thousands of ebook templates on there for you to use, and they are customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, and pictures. You can do what you want. Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's still holding on to fear. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, what do we say fear stands for? Fuck everything and run. And that's what you're ready to do. You're ready to run away like you always do. Because you're sitting there doubting yourself. And you're saying things like, Jazz, I would love to start an online business. This sounds great, but I'm not tech savvy. What if it's too late for me? What if I'm too old for this? All right. Well, before you give up on yourself, just listen. The very first thing I want you to hear is this. Ladies, you woke up this morning. That is a blessing, okay? Every single day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day, another opportunity to work on your goals. So use it until you are 6 feet under. It is not too late. So get that out your head. Number 2, you are extremely tech savvy. See, y'all sell yourselves way too short because let's be real. You're on social media all day, every day. You are liking, commenting, sharing, archiving. True or false? That takes tech savviness. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and grow your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who think they're too old for any of this, what did we say? We said we were going to sell our knowledge. So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom. So you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So it's time to get to selling. Okay? Okay. I don't want to hear it. If you're ready for app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. Remember, the key word, ladies, is execution. So not only are we going to talk about it, we're going to do it. And make sure you guys follow me if you haven't already. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. The more you guys interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. Good morning, Essential. App number 2, here we go. Write it down. Chat GPT. This is AI, and you will be using AI for everything. Everything. All right. Chat is going to make your life so simple. Maybe you do want to create content. Good morning, Shireen, but you're not too sure what kind of videos to make. No worries. ChatGPT will tell you. Maybe you want to start the YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single day, but you're too hard-headed and you still ain't did it yet because you have to procrastinate. But you're just not too sure what to say in the videos. No worries. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you. Now all you have to do is just say the words. Hello. And maybe you do want to create an ebook, but you're just not too sure what kind of things to put in the ebook. No worries. What if I told you ChatGPT will write this entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, I cannot make this up. It has never been easier than today to start your online business. But again, the problem is you. The problem is you. You keep telling yourself what you can't do. You throw pity parties for yourself. You complain and vent. You scroll on social media all day. You hang out with people who are draining you. You are your biggest enemy. You are holding yourself back. You're insecure as hell. It's you. It really is you. We have to fix you so that you can actually get this done. Okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. Okay? If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. Hello, Fee. We are building our online business from scratch. And while I wait for somebody to put ready in the chat, I want to ask you, and you got to be honest, we can't be sitting here lying to ourselves. When was the last time you told yourself you're amazing? Good morning. When was the last time you told yourself that everything you touch turns to gold? When was the last time you told yourself you were proud of you? Oh, she said never. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Ladies, we got to start building up our confidence. So, confidence is who you think you are. I'm going to say it again. Confidence is who you think you are. And the reason why so many people struggle with creating content and posting it is because they worry so much about what people think of them. But the only reason why they care so much about what other people think of them is because they don't think highly of themselves. And the reason why you don't think highly of yourself if you are struggling with lack of confidence is because you never keep the promises that you make to yourself. Year after year, month after month, week after week, and day after year, you told yourself, day after day, you told yourself you're going to do something. You still ain't did it. You have been telling yourself for how long that you were going to start the business. Where is the business? You have been telling yourself for how long now that you were going to create content? Well, where is it? Because when I go to your profile, I don't see anything. You've been telling yourself for years that you were going to lose the weight. You still ain't lost it yet. That's the problem. You never keep the promises that you make to yourself, and that's exactly why you don't think highly of yourself. That's going to have to change today. If you told yourself you were going to do something, then you need to do it. Because every day you don't, you slowly chip away at your confidence, your self-esteem, and self-respect to where you no longer have any. And it's that very lack of confidence that's keeping you from showing up for yourself. That has to change. Ladies, we attract what we are. I'm going to say it again. We attract what we are. And the reason why you haven't attracted the business that you say you want so badly is because you haven't become a businesswoman. You're not business minded. What successful entrepreneur makes excuse after excuse? I want you to ask yourself, if I had a successful business, how would I be moving? And you need to start moving like that right now so that you can become that, so that you can attract it. You're going to have to start speaking affirmations to yourself all day, every day. It's a non negotiable. Okay. All right. Here we go. You're going to open up the chat GPT prompt. You're going to type this in. This is prompt number 1. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask, ladies. Closed mouths do not get fed. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. If I'm saying anything that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and start double tapping the screen. Make sure you guys follow me so you don't lose me. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. You guys, they do steal my videos, especially on TikTok. And they're going to turn around and message you pretending to be me. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on this app because they're coming for you. Okay? They is coming for you. Thank you, Shireen. Now, yes, give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas that I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. Now, before we move forward, I need you to write this word down. This says consistent. Go ahead and write it down. Consistent. And then once you write it, I need you to go ahead and underline it. And then I need you to circle it because starting right now, not tomorrow, not June 1st, right now, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of consistent because a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So I'm going to go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while. No, man. Some of y'all think consistent means if you have time. Absolutely not, because you're going to make time. Some of y'all think consistent means if you feel like it. No, consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means showing up for yourself, your business, or any goals that you have for yourself, bare minimum 4 out of the 7 days. I don't care if you want to do 20 minutes a day or if you want to do 10 hours a day. The amount of time to me does not matter, but you will start showing up for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. Ladies, you get one life, not 10. You get one. One. And it amazes me how many people waste their one life, refusing to show up for themselves. That is unacceptable. You are going to have to start making yourself a priority. And don't you dare try to sit here and tell me you don't have time. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie that you tell to yourself every day so that you can feel better about the poor decisions you make. Because let's be clear, if you have time to scroll social media all day, you got time to work on something for you. If you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows and movies, that means you have time to show up for you. If you have time to gossip on the phone with your friends about nothing, because y'all ain't talking about nothing productive, you talking about celebrities and their drama, you have more than enough time to show up for yourself. If you have time to go to happy hour, you have time to show up for yourself. You are going to have to start being consistent if you want any of this to work. And if you don't want to be consistent, then fine. Just leave now because I don't want to waste your time. Just like I don't want you wasting mine because I respect your time. I don't want to be wasting yours because I promise you this. If you are not consistent, there is 1000% guarantee that nothing we talking about this morning is going to work for you. I promise you. I pinky swear. You've got to be consistent. That's the only way any of this is going to work. Now, let's make consistency easy. Because life is hard enough, right? Life is life and stress is stressing, then bills is piling up. Let's make it easy so we can actually be consistent and get it done this time. Okay? Listen to me. It is so much easier to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. Okay? I want you to go through the list of things that ChatGPT gave you and only pick ideas that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, so what is something that I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I could get paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's your business. Some of y'all love struggle. Good morning. You've been struggling for so long and you love struggle. But what if I told you life does not have to be a struggle? You can live an easy, soft life. Let's let go of the struggle. Y'all make things hard on yourself because what you do is you choose niches and things that you don't even like. And the only reason you chose that niche is because somebody on one of these apps told you that it was trending and it was going to make you a whole bunch of money. Did you make it yet? No, because you refuse to be consistent. So it doesn't matter how trending something is. I promise you, you won't make a dime if you're not consistent. So let's make it easy on ourselves and only choose things that we like. Because if we choose things that we like, now things don't feel like work. I don't want your business to feel like work. When things don't feel like work, you're more likely to get it done because now you have something in your day to look forward to. I love what I do. That's why I can do this every day. It doesn't feel like work. Okay? Now, if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, just go ahead and ask for 10 more. And keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. Okay? That's how we're going to make that easy. App number one was Canva. Now, this is critical. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say to you this morning, you better remember this. Write this down. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Money flows where energy goes. I'm going to say it again. Y'all better write that down. Money flows where energy goes. Don't you ever forget that. If you are anything like who I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You have literally become an energy vending machine. You just handing it out to anybody. And half of these people that you're giving all this energy to, they're not even reciprocating it back to you. And these are grown, able-bodied adults who can do for themselves. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You are giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to the news and celebrity gossip. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to your aging parents. You are giving all of your energy to your children. And by the time you sit down to focus on something for yourself, you can't. Can't. Why? Because you make the choice to give all of your energy away every single day. That's a choice that you make. And that is exactly why now you feel drained. You feel frustrated. You feel depressed. You feel anxious. You feel resentment because you make the choice to give your energy away. But starting right now, we're going to change all that. We're going to start being stingy as hell with our energy, and we are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence, which means you don't have to explain anything to anybody. Let me tell you this. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to focus on a business. You can still be an amazing wife and a successful entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to work on something for yourself for once. You never do. You can still be an amazing mother and a successful entrepreneur. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her problems. You're not a licensed counselor anyways. She should not be trauma dumping on you. It makes you human. I don't know who needs to hear this morning, but you matter too. Your happiness is important too. So you're going to start telling people no. No, I cannot keep loaning you money. That is money that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot keep giving you rides. That is time that I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. I have my own problems that I have to fix. I recommend that you go hire a counselor. Because when you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Money flows where energy goes. So when you start putting energy back into self, the money flows right behind it. And let's be clear, these people are not reciprocating this energy back to you because if they were, you wouldn't feel drained, you wouldn't feel frustrated, and you wouldn't feel anxious. You wouldn't feel resentment because it'd be reciprocity. They give, you take, you give, they take. But that's not what's going on here. You're doing all of the giving, they're doing all of the taking, and that's got to stop right now. You need to start pouring into yourself. That's the only way this is going to work. Okay? All right. Money flows, energy goes. Don't you forget it. Now, once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you will type this into Chat GPT. Here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. If I'm saying anything at all that is resonating with your spirit, yes, I got you, Carmen, and vibrating with your soul, go ahead and double tap the screen. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. TikTok, make sure you guys follow. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Y'all got that? Good morning, good morning. Okay, you're gonna hit enter. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business because ChatGPT literally wrote this ebook for you. The only thing you have to do now is copy and paste. This is why I keep telling you, you're getting in your own way. All you got to do now is copy and paste. You will literally copy what ChatGPT gave you, and then you will paste it into your Canva template. So open up the Canva app. In the search, I want you to type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to give you thousands of templates. Just pick your most favorite. They're all 1000% customizable, meaning you can swap out colors, fonts, pictures. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay, you will copy and paste. Now, for those of y'all who love to overthink, some of y'all on here are queens of overthinkers. Stop. This is what I mean by you love to struggle. Why? Stop. It doesn't have to be hard. You make it hard. I want you to write this down. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. Write it down, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. Good morning. The only thing I need your ebook to be is clean, simple, and legible. Clean, simple, legible. As long as it's those three things, it is good enough. Ladies, you are good enough. Don't you ever forget it. Clean, simple, legible. Okay. Once you finish copying and pasting and you love the way your ebook looks, you are going to download your ebook as a PDF file. PDF, PDF. Yes, GK, excuse me. PDF. When you are done downloading it as a PDF, you will upload it to your hosting site. I hope y'all are taking notes. Write this down. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more out there, but these are some of the most popular ones. And ladies, your product only needs to be on one of these, not all five. Okay, just pick one. If you've got all of this, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. She said, can you review what you said from the beginning? Absolutely not. I cannot review everything. We're going to be here for another 30 minutes. No, ma'am. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. Start here. Write those things down. Write those things down. Let's just start here. Just start here, okay? Just start here. Now, while I wait for y'all to write this down, and I know for some of y'all it's backwards. I'm sorry. The mirror's not working on all the videos. I'm sorry. Now, while I wait for y'all to write this down, I want to talk to y'all about this comfort zone of ours. We love our comfort zone. We love it. And for those of y'all who don't know, your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you frequent. It's the excuses that you make. It's the content that you consume every day. It's the distractions that you refuse to let go of. It's the vices that you're addicted to. That's all your comfort zone is. It's your daily routines and habits. It's the path of least resistance. It's what's most familiar to you. But have you noticed that the life that you claim you want to live so badly is not in your comfort zone. If it was, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't feel the need to scroll social media all day if you were living the life that you truly want to live, because you would just be out living that life. The financial freedom that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. If it was, you would already have it and you wouldn't be living paycheck to paycheck today. That confidence that you claim you want so badly, it's not in your comfort zone. If it was, you wouldn't be feeling insecure and worrying about what people think of you when you post your videos. The life that you're looking for, ladies, is not in your comfort zone. You've been looking for this life for years, some of y'all decades, and you haven't found it yet because you refuse to leave your comfort zone. And notice that we've been living in our comfort zone for so long, we have gotten comfortable with being stressed out. Mm. We've become comfortable with being insecure. You notice that? We've become comfortable with crying every day and being depressed. We've been doing these daily habits and routines for so long. You have become comfortable in that state of mind. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a choice that every single day you are going to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone. I'm not even asking you to take a whole foot. I'm saying take a half an inch out of your comfort zone every single day to slowly but surely get you to the life that you claim you want so badly. So instead of scrolling social media for 5 hours a day, why can't we cut it down to 4.5? And those other 30 minutes that you would have been wasting scrolling, let's lock in and do this. Instead of making 500 excuses a day as to why you can't start, how about you just make 499 excuses? And then that one excuse that you would have made, you just make the decision to just work on something for you. You are going to have to leave your comfort zone because the life you want doesn't exist there. You're going to have to start hanging around new people because the people you associate with are lazy and they're making you lazy too. You're going to have to start frequenting new environments. You're going to have to start doing new things. You're going to have to start thinking better thoughts. You're going to have to let go of some of those vices. You're going to have to change. Your life will not change until you change. I'm going to say that again. Your life will not change until you change. We are the common denominator in our own life. So if you don't like the way things have been going for you, well, then this is confirmation that you need to change some things up because your comfort zone is keeping you trapped. And let's be clear, you know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You know what side of town you want to live on. You know how much money you want in your savings account. You know what kind of vacations you want to take with your family without having to use Afterpay and Klarna to pay for it. You know all of those things. You know it all. But the longer you refuse to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, the longer you delay that dream life of yours. Every day you have a choice. You're either going to choose to do something just a little bit different, or you're going to choose to stay the same. If you don't want to believe me, fine. Don't leave your comfort zone. Keep doing what you've been doing and just come back a year later. Promise me you'll come back to my live or to my YouTube channel a year later and just let me know how it's going. Just update me. Just tell me how it's going. I know exactly how it's going to go. You're going to be doing the same exact thing. Nothing's going to change. The only thing that would have changed about you is you got 1 year older. That's the only thing that's going to change. You just got 1 year older doing the same exact thing. Some of y'all are so afraid to start a business, but you know what's scarier to me? Getting older and being in the exact same place you were last year. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. because you only get one life. And so many people waste their one life doing nothing, but wasting their precious, valuable time. You gotta change that. You gotta change that and quickly. Okay? Leave that comfort zone. That comfort zone ain't got nothing for you there. You've been looking and you still ain't found it. Now, back to these hosting sites. I use Stan Store. I love Stan Store. Stan Store is great, but Stan Store is extremely expensive. Okay? Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet. Okay? If you are brand new to all of this, Stan Store is not for you. Okay. Instead, I want you to use Gumroad because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. All right. Gumroad charges you 10% for every sale. So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, if I know anything about you, you're going to make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you said you're going to execute. That's what you said. So when you do start making money, then you can transfer everything over to Stan Store later because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business. She said, what is your business? I just have trouble coming up with ideas. I want you to type those prompts into Chat GPT that I gave you and let it come up with ideas for you. Okay. Now, Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business like Afterpay and Klarna. Now, ladies, let me let you in on what's going on in the world of finance today in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later is taking over. It's taking over. Okay. And buy now, pay later includes Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, QuadPay, Zip, Affirm, PayPal. There's so many. Buy now, pay later is the preferred payment option. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because people are using it. That's why. And if you have a buy now, pay later option on your site, good morning. I promise you, you will make more. Yes, you will. But for now, you will just start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later. Okay? So what we just did was we just made our ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together and we wrote it. And then we uploaded that ebook to our hosting site. Okay. Now, that process of copying and pasting and making that ebook, that process should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. Respectfully, it shouldn't take you longer than 1. But I'm going to give you grace and I'm going to give you 2. And just so we're clear, I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number over here. I don't give a damn. What you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Ma'am, no, it does not. And I know you know how to copy and paste because you copy and paste the links to the reels and send them back and forth in the group chats all day. So I know you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste, you and I have a serious issue that we have got to fix today. We've got to fix it today, not tomorrow. It's got to get fixed right now. You're welcome. See, one of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You want to be a perfectionist, right? Mm-hmm. So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. See, you're the woman who will waste 6 months of her one life that she'll never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out. You're going to put things back. You're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect. And then you're going to give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And don't forget, you only get one life and you're choosing to waste it overthinking. And then when you do finally decide to get started yet again, you're going to reset and restart, right? But before you start this time, what you're going to do is you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the craziest thing about all this is these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. Half of these people aren't even people you would trade lives with. You don't look up to them. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. You wanna know why you care? Because you're insecure as hell. You're insecure. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never get back. Mm, bless your heart. Bless your heart, you poor thing. Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. And just know I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect at all. And every single human being is flawed. We are all perfectly imperfect. See, what you really are is scary. You are scary as hell. You're living in fear. And what did we say fear stood for on this live? On this live, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years, some of y'all decades, because you are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You are so fearful of failing. You're so fearful at sucking at something. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. The life where you have financial freedom, the life where you're walking in your purpose, the life where you have peace. Peace. This fear that you refuse to let go of is stealing that life from you. And you let it every day. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, you want to know the truth? The truth is, it's because we are self sabotaging. That's what all this is, self sabotage. We are doing this to ourselves. That's why I keep telling you time and time again, you are getting in your own way. No, it's not your husband. No, it's not. It is you. You are holding yourself back. This is all self-inflicted. You're doing this to self. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if you try something new, you put yourself out there, and if you don't get the results that you want. You are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self-sabotage to avoid that feeling of disappointment by making excuses, saying things like, I'm too busy. You're not too busy. No, you're not. Just let's just cut the crap. You're not too busy. No, you're not. That is a lie that you continue to tell yourself every single day so you can feel better about the poor decisions that you make. Because you have time to scroll social media all day. So how are you too busy? You have time to binge watch Netflix and Hulu. So how are you too busy? You have time to gossip on the phone with your friends. So how are you too busy? You're not. You're not too busy. But you will hold on to that excuse of I'm too busy because if you let that excuse go, well, then that means now you have to do the thing that you've been avoiding doing for years. And if you lock in and if you do it, if you put yourself out there, if you post that video, if you launch that product, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling that disappointment. So you will continue to self-sabotage and say, I'm too busy. No, you're not. You will self-sabotage by holding on to toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic families. You've known for years, deep down inside, that it's time to let those people go. They've been draining you for a very long time. They've been using you, they've been abusing you, they've been making you feel less than. But you will self-sabotage and hold on to those dynamics because you are terrified that if you let these people go, well, then who would I be without them? We've been best friends for 20 years. No, no, no. Y'all ain't been best friends. You might have been a best friend to her, but she won't one to you because if she was, she wouldn't be draining you. You'll say things like, well, that's my man and I know he loves me. No, you don't. That's not love. That's not love. You will say, well, this is my family. I can't distance myself. We're blood. Why you can't? Why you can't? But you'll self-sabotage and hold on to these dynamics because who would you be without them? You're terrified of it. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly who you be. You want to know who you'll be? You'll be a very confident woman. That's who you be. Because now you don't have people in your life tearing you down and making you feel like you're not shit. Now you'll have your resources to invest in yourself because you're not giving them away. But you're so terrified of putting yourself out there and trying something new and not getting the results that you want, you will continue to self-sabotage and hold on to these people who drain you. But I am so confused. I'm confused as hell because earlier you said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that overworks you and underpays you. You said you were tired of robbing Patrice to pay Paula. That's what you said. You said you were tired of being insecure. You were tired of always giving up on yourself and telling yourself what you can't do. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment because there's still things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we stop living paycheck to paycheck if we don't have our business making money? If we don't bring more money to the household, you still gonna live paycheck to paycheck. How can customers buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we stop being insecure if we keep breaking promises that we made to ourselves? We can't. We can't. So you are going to have to launch this ebook. And I need you to understand and understand that it will never be perfect. You can spend 20 more years on it. Go right on ahead. Waste 20 more years of your one life trying to make this ebook perfect. Go right on ahead. And I promise you, at the end of those 20 years, it will still not be perfect because you are not perfect. So it is impossible for you to make something perfectly. But here's the caveat. The more you do something, the better you get. The more content that you create, the better your content will get. The more digital products that you launch in the future, thank you, the better your digital products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. But it will still not be perfect. And I don't have to convince you. Just look at the results in your own life. Believe it or not, you didn't always know how to walk and talk. But now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You didn't always know how to read and write, but now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to do your job or drive, but now you do those things just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. So why would your business be any different? It's not. The more you do something, the better you get, but it will still not be perfect. So stop trying. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Amazon. Believe it or not, Amazon did not always have a fancy Amazon app. They were not always doing Amazon Prime. They didn't always have Prime Day where they were giving big discounts and sales. And they damn sure were not always doing 2-day shipping. Years ago, Amazon was only selling books to students in school. But the longer they ran their business, the better their business got. The more customers they got, the more ideas they started to have. The more ideas they started to have, the more things they started to release and launch. The more things they started to launch, the more customers they got and the more money they made. Then they were able to reinvest into the business and make it better. They started getting their own Amazon trucks. They started doing Prime Day and 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, same-day shipping. They bought Whole Foods and they started doing shipping with Whole Foods. Now you can return your packages at Whole Foods. But it's still not perfect. We all still have complaints, right? Amazon is $1 billion business, not million. Girl, billion with a B. If $1 billion business had a messy middle, why do you think you and your ego get to skip all of that? You don't. No, you're not above the program. You will have a messy middle too, and you will still launch regardless. Okay? Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. Thank you. It's because you are distracted as fuck. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for most people. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for most people because, believe it or not, most people do not truly want to change their life. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. That is the cold, hard truth. Most people are just looking to pass time. Most people are just looking to complain and vent about their problems to whoever is willing to listen. But the minute you present them with the very solutions to the problems that they said they had, they ghost, they disappear, they go MIA because they weren't really looking to change who they were. They were just looking to waste more time. They are content in their misery. I'm not here with that. I am not here for that. I am only here to help people who truly want it. But in order to help people, I have to tell you the truth. See, lying to you does not help you. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth is meant to be uncomfortable. It's not supposed to be comforting. If you don't get uncomfortable, you will not grow. Growth takes place outside of the comfort zone. And yes, the truth may hurt your feelings. Absolutely. But the truth will set you free. So here's the truth. The truth is, when you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to feel good about who you are. But you make the choice not to. You choose to gossip on the phone with your friends about celebrities and all of their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to develop self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours, getting absolutely nothing done. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on the business and reaching your goals and keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to build confidence in self. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll social media all night long, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we hold on to all of these distractions in the first place, like binge watching movies, scrolling social media all day, men love to play video games, people love to gamble, do sports betting, some people are addicted to corn. The reason why we have all of these distractions is because we're trying to escape. That's all this is. This is escapism. And the reason why we're trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of you just being a grown woman and fixing it, you choose to run from it. Now, let me ask you, how is that going? Is that working? Is it going well? You don't know? Well, just ask yourself. Just ask yourself. Your body will tell you. If you just listen, your body will tell you everything you need to know. On average, when you wake up, when your alarm goes off in the morning, are you excited to start your day or are you dreading it? On average, are you happy and peaceful or are you sad and stressed? Because if what you're doing is not working, then that means it's time to change. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing is not working, then change it so you can get different results. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Hmm, okay. So, this is what we're going to do today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not June 1st, not January 2027. Today. Today, we are going to turn the TV off. Today, we're going to put the phone on do not disturb. No more social media. You've been scrolling for years. There is nothing left for you to watch. You're going to tell your friends that you'll talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, ma'am. You don't need to go to Starbucks because you find a way to get distracted there. You're going to start your ebook and then you're going to finish it. Not start, stop, come back next week because we already know how you do. You don't come back. You're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on those instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Jasmine. We are building our online business from scratch. And most importantly, we are building self. And if you've never seen me before, my name is Jasmine. You guys make sure if I'm saying anything that's resonating with your spirit and vibrating with your soul, double tap the screen, YouTube, thumbs up the live. Make sure you guys follow me and subscribe. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. What if we are insane and doing it because of mental health reasons like ADHD? I think we're all a little insane. I think we all got a little crazy. I really do. I think everyone's got some crazy in them. Now, I do want to talk to the woman on this live who is still holding on to fear. She hard-headed as hell. And if you didn't know, fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what she's ready to do. She's happy that she found me. She said, Jazz, I needed this. This was divine timing at its finest. But I don't know. I want to start a business. It sounds amazing. But you want me to be consistent? You want me to make my own digital product? You want me to let go of my distractions? I don't know, Jazz. I want to, but I just don't think I can. And honestly, this just sounds really, really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. The first thing I want you to know is this: I don't have the ability to convince you of anything. Nobody does. And I'm not going to waste my time trying. I'm not even going to exert energy into it. So, if you want to believe that showing up for yourself consistently is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that making your own ebook with Chat GPT basically doing it for you is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It is hard. If you want to believe that letting go of your distractions that aren't doing anything from you, but doing anything for you, but holding you back is hard, then fine. You're right. It's hard. But I do want to remind you the life that you're currently living is hard. Going to a job that you absolutely hate every day, feeling overworked and underpaid is hard. That is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck, robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement after payment arrangement, and still not knowing if you're going to have the money on the day of the last arrangement, that is hard. That is extremely hard. Knowing deep down in your soul, you can feel it with everything that you have, that there is something better for you out there, but you're not living it, is hard. That is very hard. And you live like that every day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there. And you let it. You let fear convince you that you can't do any of the things that we're talking about right now, but look at what you're already doing that's 10 times harder. When was the last time you told yourself that you were proud of you? When was the last time you told yourself that you were amazing? When was the last time you told yourself that everything you touch turns to gold? Some of y'all don't even know because you never talk to yourself like that. And see, that's the problem. This is why I keep stressing the importance of building our confidence and thinking highly of ourselves and keeping the promises that we make to ourselves. Because when you don't, this is what you get. This is what you get. You let fear convince you that you can't do any of this because you don't even have the confidence to see that you're already doing things that are harder. And if you can get through what you've gotten through, then why can't you get through this? This is a confidence issue. You have to start keeping the promises that you make to yourself. If you told yourself you were going to start a business, then you have to just go ahead and start it. If you told yourself that you were going to create content, then you need to go ahead and create it. If you told yourself you were going to lose weight, then that's what you need to go ahead and do. Because every single day that you break the very promises that you make to yourself, you slowly chip away at your confidence to where you no longer have any. And now you think you can't do the most simplest things. There is nothing that I've said this morning that is out of reach for you. There is nothing that I've said to you this morning that's harder than what you're already doing. But because you lack confidence and because you live in fear, you don't see it. And the crazy thing is, life's for everybody. Nobody's life is perfect. And we have all had moments in life that were very, very, very hard. And in those moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome what we were going through. But by the grace of God, we did. We got through it. So I don't have to convince you how strong and resilient you are because you've already proven that to yourself. If you weren't strong and resilient, you wouldn't have gotten through what you got through. But you did because you're still here today. And even though you've gotten through dark moments, you're going to sit here and doubt your ability to show up for yourself consistently. Really? That's what we're doing? So you can scroll on social media consistently, but you can't show up for yourself consistently. That's just asking for too much. Really? Really? That's what we're doing this morning? You've gotten through what you've gotten through, but you're gonna doubt your ability to type in some words in a chat GPT app and copy and paste? Really, ladies? That's what we're doing? That's what we're gonna do. Are you serious right now? This is a confidence issue and lack thereof. That's what all this is. And I don't have to convince you because you can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are living more difficult lives than you right now. And they're still showing up and getting it done. There are women on these apps who have more kids than you, and they are still showing up, selling their products and building their brand. I saw a woman on TikTok, she got 12 kids. 12. And she's still live, selling her products and getting it done. There are people on these apps who are going through their darkest moments right now. They lost their job. They got laid off. They got evicted. They got foreclosed on. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, today, they are still showing up and getting it done. So if they can do it, why can't you? Why can't you? Well, you want to know why you're not? The truth is because they made a choice to let go of fear. They made a choice to take a half an inch out of their comfort zone and do something just a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get themselves to their dream life. And you choose not to. You choose to live in fear and you choose to keep doing the same thing every day. That is the only difference between them and you. It's not because they're more talented than you. No, it's not. It's not because they're smarter than you. Absolutely not. It's not because they're better than you. It's not because they're more privileged than you. It's only because they made the choice to let go of fear. They made the choice to take a half an inch out of their comfort zone, and you choose not to every single day. That is the only difference. Listen, my online business changed my whole life. I can't make this up. I have been selling digital products for 6 years, full time, started during COVID. For the first time in my life, I have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. For the first time in my life, I have purpose. I get to wake up every single day doing what I love to do. For the first time in my life, I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. For the first time in my life, I have confidence. I think very highly of myself, and I keep all of the promises I make to myself. But before all of this, before COVID, absolutely not. I lived a very different life. I used to be extremely miserable. I used to be depressed, crying every day. I used to have really bad anxiety. I used to have panic attacks. I used to be very insecure. I used to be 100 pounds overweight, 100, 100 pounds overweight. I had a job that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I have bought into the American dream bullshit narrative that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school because society told me that all I had to do was just go to college and get a 4-year bachelor's degree. And when I graduate, I'll be able to find a good job with benefits and stability. I'll be able to make more than enough money to where I could travel a few times a year. I could save up and buy myself a nice house. I'll be able to put extra money into my 401k savings so that when I do get too old to work, I'll be able to retire with dignity and live out the rest of my years in peace. That's what society said. So I bought in. I bought into the American dream. I said, let's do it. When I turned 18 after I graduated high school, I went off to college. Got a 4-year bachelor's degree. My mom told me to go. All of my friends went. I did it. And I did the whole college dorm thing. I stayed 2 hours away from home. I did everything. 4 years later, graduated, got my bachelor's degree. That degree cost me $40,000. So I'm already starting life in the negatives. Graduate at 22 years old, moved back home with my mom. Like most college grads do, you got to move back home and start looking for a job. 6 months later, I was blessed enough to find my first full-time job. And I was so excited because they're about to give me PTO. At 23 years old, I never had a job that was going to pay me to not be there. And they were going to give me $60,000 a year. That was more money than I had ever made in my entire life. This is back in 2013. I thought I was about to be rich. I really did. So I was so excited. I said yes to the job. Here we go. I decided to move out of my mom's house. I was sick of her rules. I was ready to do my own thing and be an adult. So I went out and got my own place. Didn't stop there though. Absolutely not. See, I did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and my car was paid off. My grandma bought me that car when I graduated high school as a graduation gift. I had the title in hand, but it was old. No leather seats. No push to start, no tablet on the dash. So see, I had to upgrade to match my new upgraded life, right? Yeah. So I decided to go out and get me a brand new Dodge Charger. Now, my mom told me not to do it, but me being 23, I'm like, she's old. What does she know? I did it. That car cost me $450 a month. And we all know with expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all my bills for the month, your girl was broke. I was broke, okay? There were no trips. I couldn't afford to go anywhere. I couldn't even afford to eat. I could not afford to put extra money into my 401k savings. You guys, I was broke as hell. Every syllable of the word broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, at 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back for them student loans because everybody got student loans, right? It's the American way. They're not serious. They don't want their money back. Girl, the government is not playing with you when it comes to them student loans. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate college to get on your feet. They're not going to call. They're not going to send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. But you best believe at that 6-month mark, it's like clockwork. They're sending letters to your house because they want to see them tax returns. Because here's the thing, they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper that I was making $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no children. They said, "Oh, good. So then you should have no problem paying us back $400 a month." I said, "What? $400?" Yep, that's the price. And just so you know, it's not up for negotiation. That's the price. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, I got 11 missed payments on my credits. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments off of some student loans. My credit score dropped 520. So There goes my American dream of home ownership because who's going to give me a mortgage loan with a 520 credit score? Nobody. Not till I fix that. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I had one last problem to top it all off. I hated my job. Nowhere in the American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, look, I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to be honest. In my early 20s, I was very naive. I grew up very sheltered, okay? And I believed anything anyone told me. I didn't think people were out here lying and trying to set people up for failure. I didn't think people moved like that. See, when I went to the interview, my supervisor, she told me that even though the department was all women, and even though I was going to be the youngest one there, they were all one big old happy work family, and everyone got along. There was no drama, there was no cattiness, and they were just one good environment to work for. So I went into the department believing that was true. I learned in corporate America, people are fake. And you got to watch them because they slick with it. They're not going to just tell you how fake they are. You just got to watch them. See, they'll kiki and caca with you in the break room, but don't you dare get confused. That's not your friend, and they don't like you. They will even hang out with you off the clock. So they will invite you to go to happy hour with them. They're not even getting paid to be around you. They will invite you to their weddings and their baby showers. They will invite you to their house, but don't you dare get confused. They don't like you, and that's not your friend. They will even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, what they'll do is they'll all pitch in and buy you a birthday gift, but they don't like you. It's weird. Don't get confused. It's not your friend. For the holidays, we'll do Thanksgiving potluck. So we all bring a dish and we sit in the break room together and we act like we like each other, but they don't like you. It's weird. And all you got to do is piss off the right one. Go ahead, piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day that you work in that department, you're miserable. I made the terrible mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31 years old. I was 23, and we used to do everything together, even off the clock. She told me multiple times I was like the little sister she never had, and my naive ass believed her. So I was telling her all my business, all my tea. I was even telling her things that I didn't like about her supervisor. Well, we both decided to put in to be promoted, and she made sure to tell my supervisor everything that I told her in confidence about what I didn't like about her. And as a result, my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked in that department, I was miserable. Now, I take full accountability. I was talking too much. I should have shut up. I didn't know. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get a new job. But no one was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit and I hate my job. For the first time in my life at 23 years old, I felt trapped. I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, I want you to consider yourself blessed because I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not going to get no better. That's how trapped feels. You can try to be positive and optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trap feels. You can try to work some overtime or even get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and stop feeling so stressed about money. But just when you start to get a little bit of a savings account, something always comes up and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got to dish out money for that. It's always something. You can try to pray about it, but it begins to feel like God is ignoring you because you wake up with the same problems every single day. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I lived like that for 6 years. I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in every day. I started to bring that job home with me. You know what that means? So what that means is you've clocked out. Okay. You are at home. You should be in peace in your own home, but you can't be because you're replaying all the toxic things they're doing to you at work. These people have taken over your mind and they're living in your head rent free. I was so stressed out about money and bills. I couldn't sleep anymore. I started to have anxiety. I never used to have anxiety. Now I got anxiety. I got paranoid. I thought every day someone was trying to set me up to fire me. You ever been paranoid at a job before? And to cope with all of that stress and that depression and that anxiety, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control and I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, you are already doing something hard. Going to a job that drains your spirit every day is hard. Crying because you are so miserable every day is hard. And see, the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Back then, I didn't have any hobbies and I didn't have any interests. So my life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me for being depressed about my life, failing to realize anyone would be depressed. That is depressing. There was nothing wrong with me. That is depressing. But now I get to wake up every single day doing what I love to do. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. You can monetize anything, ladies. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far fetched. And I don't have to convince you. How many times do you scroll on your For You page and see people doing the darndest things? How many times do you scratch your head and you're sitting there trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do this? I know for a fact I can do better than them. I know for a fact I'm more talented, I'm smarter. How are they getting paid? You want to know how? You want to know how? I'm going to tell you how. The truth is, they choose to let go of fear. You choose not to. I chose to let go of fear. You choose not to. That is the only difference. That's it. And I want to say something else real quick before we move forward because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope that you realize if you work 40 hours a week or more, that you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do with your family who loves you. I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive downtown was over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, that's 2 hours in the car. That's 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. I will never get a minute of it back. By the time I did get home, I was drained. I was exhausted. I felt defeated. You only get a few hours to spend with your spouse or your children before you have to put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't get to experience the best version of you. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you because you're not peaceful. They don't get to experience the happy version of you because you're not happy. You know what they get? They get the stressed out version of you. They get the miserable version of you. That's not fair. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you even looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you love. but Sunday, not so much. No. Why? Because you have to prepare for the work week. So that means you have to cook, you have to clean, you have to go do laundry, you have to go to the grocery store. Then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do know this. The God that I serve, he loves me, and he loves me a lot. Let me ask you, if he loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? He didn't. He did. He put me here for a very special reason, and he allowed me the opportunity to find it. And online business, social media allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. He put you here for a very special reason, too. There is something extremely special about you, too. But the problem is, life just has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was toxic family. Maybe it was toxic friends. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. For me, it was a toxic job. Something happened and it stole your light. And now you're sitting here believing that you can't do any of this and that this isn't going to work for you. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. That's not true. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. See, I believe God is within us. He's not outside of you. He is within you. You have God within you. I have God within me. You actually run into more problems when you try to seek God outside of you. He's within you. And if you listen, you can hear him talking to you all day. If something inside of you told you to try this, post this, start this, launch this, that's because you can. God would never plant seeds in an environment that cannot harvest them. He planted that seed because it's something that you can do. If it was truly out of reach for you, if it was truly something that you were incapable of, I promise you, it would have never crossed your mind. But it did, because you can. But in order to actually get that thing done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to make the decision to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and just do something a little bit different every single day to slowly but surely get you to the results that you want. So instead of scrolling for 5 hours, knock it down to 4.5 and spend those 30 minutes that you would have been wasting locking in and showing up for you. Because if you do not change, nothing for you will change. We attract what we are. That is the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. So if you don't like the things that you've been attracting, then that means you need to become the version of yourself that can attract the things that you want, which means you're going to have to change. Because there's things about you, there's things about your routines and your habits and your comfort zone that don't align with the version of you that you want to become. I'm going to make the assumption that you want to be the version of you that is very confident in herself. I'm going to assume that you want to post your content and not care what people think. And that I'm going to assume that you want to add value to people and that you know that you do. I'm going to assume that you want to be very consistent and very disciplined. I'm going to assume that you want to be the version of you that knows how to show up for yourself and who knows how to put herself first in her own life. I'm going to assume you want to be the version of you that knows how to cut people off who are toxic and not feel bad about it. And only surround yourself with people who celebrate you, not tolerate you. I'm going to assume that you want to have boundaries and standards for your life. And that everything you start, you do. But in order to actually become that version of you, you're going to have to change. See, that version of you that I just described, she's already within you. You're more than capable of becoming her. But the problem is that version is buried under fear. It is buried under excuses. It is buried under procrastination. It is buried under limiting beliefs and self-doubt. And until you change that, you won't become that version. You have to change because you are holding yourself back. One of the biggest things that I've noticed with society today is we have become extremely entitled. The level of entitlement is at an all-time high. And most people don't even realize how entitled they have become. And they've been living with this sense of entitlement for so long, they don't even recognize. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. See, what you have done is you have convinced yourself with all your soul that you are entitled to time. You really believe that. And you really believe with everything that you have that if you don't start the thing today, you are entitled to tomorrow. And if you don't start the thing that you want to accomplish tomorrow, you are entitled to next month. And if you don't start that thing next month, you're entitled to next year. You really believe that you are entitled to time. Now, I'm confused because the last time I checked, tomorrow was not guaranteed. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I thought. I thought that we don't know how many tomorrows we have. The truth is, tomorrow is not guaranteed. You don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know what, but we all have an expiration date. And you don't have an infinite number of tomorrows. And instead of you living every single day that you are blessed with to the fullest, doing what you love, showing up for yourself, only surrounding yourself with people who love and adore you, not people who disrespect you, following through with the commitments and the promises that you made to yourself, being stingy with your energy, being intentional with your precious, valuable time. Instead of you living the time that you are blessed with like that, you make the choice not to. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time scrolling on social media, wasting time. You choose to spend your precious, valuable time binge watching movies and TV shows. You choose to spend your precious time complaining and venting and talking about what's not fair and what's not going to work for you. You choose to spend your precious, valuable time with distractions. That's how you choose to spend your one life with your precious time. That's how you choose to spend it. That's crazy because you only get one life, not 10. And you need to be very intentional with the time that you are blessed with. Every day, every decision that you make, you should ask yourself, is this thing that I'm about to do, is this going to pour into me and make me better? Or is it going to drain me and keep me stagnant? I don't know if you know this or not, but time is your most precious, valuable asset. It is not money. A lot of you guys are extremely confused if you think it's money. Absolutely not. It is your time, not money. See, you could lose $50 tomorrow. And yeah, it would suck. Who really wants to lose 50 bucks? You might be pissed off, but guess what? You can make it back. Might take you a few hours, sure, but you can make that $50 back. But when you lose your time, you can't make it back. It's gone forever. You don't get not 1 second of it back. The only thing you get is regret. Regret. And regret is a very heavy emotion to carry with you every day. Regret will destroy you, but that's what you choose. Because you choose to not be stingy with your precious, valuable time. And you choose not to be intentional with your precious, valuable time. And I don't have to convince you of this because you can see this for yourself. Time is moving quickly. Just ask yourself, be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is 7:55 a.m. Wow. I cannot believe it is almost June 2026. It feels like last week was January 1. Wow. I cannot believe I am 35 years old. Or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you can already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. You're going to have to change that, and quickly. Because the version of you that's running her business and making her money and living life to the fullest, she's not out here wasting time. She's intentional with her precious, valuable time. One of the toughest reality pills that I had to accept in my own glow up journey, and this is tough, brace yourself. Your life is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I'm going to say that again. Your life, whether you want to believe it or not, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I told you guys I used to be 100 pounds overweight. Well, my obesity was just a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat and the exercises that I chose not to do. That's the truth. That's the cold, hard truth. I did that to myself. And all of those choices came with problems. High blood pressure, prediabetes, high cholesterol. That was self-inflicted. I did that to myself. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. For the longest time, I believed that the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money. And if I just made more money, then that paycheck to paycheck problem would go away. No, absolutely not. I did it to myself. The truth is The reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I was living a life I couldn't afford. I was buying cars that I could not afford. I was staying in apartments that I could not afford. And all of those choices came with problems that I chose. Stress. But I chose that. I chose to be stressed because I chose to buy things that I could not afford. That was my fault. I did that to myself. And I was going to keep running into financial problems until I made changes with my finances. Now, some of y'all are going to say, Jazz, you're right. Some people do live above their means, but that's not why I'm broke. Okay. I know why I'm broke. How is it my fault that I'm living paycheck to paycheck in this economy? How can I get ahead when food prices and gas prices and rent prices are so high? How is that my fault? Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you why. Ladies, let's stop gaslighting ourselves. Times have been hard. True or false? Food prices, gas prices, rent prices have been on the rise for years. This isn't new. This didn't happen last night. But every day, you make the choice to do nothing about it because you already knew what an ebook was, because you bounce from TikTok live to TikTok live every single day. You have already run into creators who have taught you about ebooks, and you still haven't made it yet. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today, but you choose not to. That's a choice. You choose to scroll social media all day, every day, instead of just lock in and do the thing. It amazes me how many people would rather watch about the thing. They will talk about the thing. They will journal about the thing. Some of y'all are journaling queens. You have been journaling and journaling for years. You will go and tell other people about the thing. You will ask ChatGPT questions about the thing. You will archive reels and more reels about the thing, but you won't just do the thing. You refuse to do your thing, the thing. You refuse to execute. And that's why I made the keyword of this live execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who will consistently talk about what she's going to do, but she won't just do it. You are the woman who will make excuse after excuse after excuse about why you can't get it done instead of just try. You are the woman who will continue to distract herself and talk about what she'll do tomorrow and next week, and those days never come. You have to change. You are the problem. See, your comfort zone is scrolling social media all day. That is your comfort zone. That's what you do on a day to day. You will spend hours doing it. You love to feel motivated and inspired, but for you to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone, that's going to require you to close these daggone apps. I tell y'all damn near every day, there is nothing left for you to watch on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. You have watched it all. You have seen everyone's face at least once. There's nothing left. You're going to have to do it now. You're going to have to close these apps and do it. Ladies, you do not get a business by watching people talk about business. You do not become a content creator by watching people talk about creating content. You do not lose weight by watching people talk about weight loss. You get those things that you want by doing them. A business does not just fall into your lap. You have to do it. You have to close these apps and finish the daggone product. You can't just watch your way to content creation. You have to close these apps, hit record on your phone, record the video, and then upload it. You want to lose weight? You're going to have to close these apps and actually go outside and walk your steps and then carry your ass to the gym. And then you're going to have to meal prep. You don't just watch it. You have to do it. There is a disconnect between watching and doing. And so many of you guys believe that by watching something, you're doing something productive. No, ma'am. The only thing you're doing is wasting your precious, valuable time. That is the only thing you're doing because you have already heard all of these things. There's nothing left to hear. Now you have to do. And I promise you this, if you do not do, you won't get what you're looking for. You're going to have to execute, which means you're going to have to change because you're not executing. You're wasting time and convincing yourself that you have all the time in the world to waste. That is delusional thinking. You have to execute. You have to change. And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Maybe it is. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Dragging yourself to a job that you absolutely hate every day is hard. I've been there. I've done that. Trust me, I know. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the way things are going for you right now is hard. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. Oh, I know. Knowing deep down in your soul that there is something better for you. You can feel it, but you're not living it. It's hard. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. I know. I've lived both hards, and I will always choose this one because at least this hard comes with peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. This hard comes with freedom, being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want to do it. This hard comes with purpose, being able to wake up every day doing what you love and knowing that you're changing the life of at least one person. This hard comes with confidence, seeing yourself in a highlight and not caring what people who don't even contribute to your life care about you. This hard comes with the income that you need to live the life that you've always wanted to live. I keep telling you, and I will say it again. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God is within you, and He talks to you all day. And deep down inside, you know exactly what you should be doing. You just choose not to. And if something inside of you told you to start this, try this, post this, launch this, that's because you can. God will always guide you to where you need to go. If it was truly something that you could not do, it would have never crossed your mind. But it did because you can. But in order to actually get it done this time, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone. I'm not even asking for a whole foot. I'm asking for a half an inch. Just do something a little bit different today that you didn't do yesterday. Just imagine how good you would feel about yourself in 2 weeks. Time goes by like that. I don't have to convince you, you already see it. Just imagine what kind of progress you would make in 6 months. Time moves quickly. You know that. It's already 6 months into 2026. It goes like that. Just imagine what kind of woman you would be in a year. You would be unrecognizable. All because you just took baby steps. All because you took a half an inch out and just made a decision to change. You got to change. You are holding yourself back and you are getting in your own way. You have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I can't help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction that it's going in, and you don't believe that you need to change anything, then fine, keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep doing you. But if you're not 1000% happy with the way things are going and you want to change, then I want to help you. Inside of Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your online business from scratch. Everything that you need to be successful with your online business is inside of Glow Up Academy. Whether you want to create an ebook, which is I know we talked about this morning, maybe you want to create a private community, maybe you want to do an e-course, whatever the vision is, you and I will build it together, all inside of Glow Up Academy. I'm going to teach you how to sell your product. I'm going to teach you how to create content to attract an audience who actually wants what you're talking about, all inside of Glow Up Academy. Maybe you want to go live. You want to sell your products on TikTok Live and YouTube Live, like how I do, how my students do, and how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. Everything you need is inside of Glow Up Academy. But here's the thing. Not only are you and I going to build your online business from scratch, most importantly, ladies, you and I are going to build you. Inside of Glow Up Academy, you and I are going to build your discipline every single day. Together, you and I are going to build your consistency every single day. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence every single day. Together, you and I are going to start making you a priority in your own life. Yes, we do all have 24 hours, absolutely. But we don't all have the same responsibilities. You and I are going to figure out what works best for you and execute it so that you can still be a good wife, so that you can still be a good girlfriend, so that you can still be a good mother, so that you can still be a good friend. You can still be good to others and be good to you. Glow Up Academy is the space where not only do you start your online business, but you become the woman who actually follows through. Now, before I let you join, a couple of things. I only let 10 people join at a time because, believe it or not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product, but they don't have an audience. Some people have an audience, but they don't have a product. Some people don't have a product or audience. Some people have a million ideas, but we got to lock in on one. I told y'all earlier this morning, money flows where energy goes. And a lot of you guys are spreading yourself too thin. So you're listening to all the ideas that God gave you, but you're not getting anything done because you're exerting too much energy into too many things. So together, you and I are going to pick your one most favorite, the top of the top. And that is the one idea that we will build. And then once that idea is making money, then we'll reach back into the pile and pull up another idea. And we'll start working on that. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start, and no worries, you and I will figure it out together. And some of you guys don't want to start a business right now or ever. There are other things you want to work on. Like maybe you want to work on building your confidence. Maybe you want to work on prioritizing yourself. Maybe you want to start setting some boundaries, removing people out of your life who are draining you. Whatever it is, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me because I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into you the ways you deserve. Okay. We're going to sit down on our one-on-one Zoom and we're going to talk about your problems. We're going to come up with an execution plan and we're going to actually get it done. So that's why I cap it at 10. And I don't allow more people to join until I'm ready to accept more people. I'm also going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I'm only interested in helping people who want it. I can't force you and I can't convince you. Unfortunately, some people know they have problems, but they have no intention of changing them. And I'm not here for them. I'm here to help the woman who knows that there are things that she needs to improve on, and she's ready to improve, and she's ready to be held accountable. That's who I'm here to help. So, some of you ladies love to overthink. You love to struggle, but we're not doing that anymore. Deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. So just move, because once that timer goes off, I'm taking the link down and we're done. And you won't be able to join until I'm ready to accept more people. One last thing, Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside, you are inside forever. You will always have access to everything that's in there already and what I am consistently updating because things do change. Algorithms change, things change. So I'm always updating. So you'll always have access. You don't run out of time. Okay. You'll also always have access to our live coaching calls. We go live inside of there. And even if you can't make the coaching calls, the replays are available so you don't miss out on anything. Okay. You will also always have access to ask me any questions that you have in between coaching calls. I'm always available and responding to all of my students. I'm also always checking in with you to make sure that we're doing with the things that we discussed. And if certain things aren't working, then we adjust quickly. We don't let weeks go by with no progress. Okay. So I want you to make sure you're checking your inbox and updating me frequently so we can make adjustments if need be. Okay. I want to show you guys inside real quick for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with the Skool platform. There is an inbox icon here. Let me turn this up for you guys. There's an inbox icon here, okay? As soon as I get off of this live in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be messaging you guys because we're going to set up our one-on-one and I want to know more about you, what you're struggling with, what kind of things have you tried, ideas, all of those things. I need you guys to make sure you respond to my message, okay? I know some of you guys are at work or you might have things to do with your family, so you're joining quickly, but you plan on coming back later. That's fine. I need you to respond because the quicker you respond to my message, the quicker we can move. Time is of the essence, okay? I don't like us wasting time. We've wasted too much. So please make sure you respond to my message, okay? There'll be a red one icon next to it because I left you a message. So make sure you respond to that, okay? So we can start executing, okay? Don't forget that. All right, I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'm going to show YouTube. Oh, one more thing. Because Glow Up Academy is lifetime access, it is $5.97, and it is worth every penny of $5.97. Okay, women join at $5.97 all the time. However, I am going to take that price down, and I'll allow that price to stay down for 10 minutes. Okay. You can use Afterpay or Klarna if you'd like to break that payment up so you can get in while it's lower. But once that 10-minute timer does go off, I will be taking the price back up to $5.97. So stop overthinking and just move. Okay. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, let me set the timer first, real quick. Okay. You guys, I am on 2 TikToks, by the way. You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You're going to come to my profile. Now, the TikTok that says tired of your own BS, let's fix it. You guys are on my backup account. So the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. Okay. You're going to click where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And the price has been marked down from $5.97 to $3.49, and it will stay $3.49 for lifetime access for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Scroll down. Feel free to read all of my reviews. I don't mind. And also listen. I have some audio or video reviews here from students. Oh no. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. Now, put in your name and your email address. You guys, this is very important. The email address that you guys put in is where everything is going, okay? Sometimes the autocorrect gets you, so it might mess up some of the letters. Please make sure you check that. Please make sure you check that. Sometimes you guys accidentally misspell Gmail. Just check, okay? Like I said, you can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then click this blue box right here that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds tops, you'll be receiving your very first email from Stan. That's your order confirmation, just letting you know everything went through. The second email will say Jasmine Spencer, which is me, invited you to join Glow Up Academy. I want you to open that email. You'll see a yellow button that says Join Now. Click it, and then you will have full access inside of Glow Up Academy. Now, I have been told sometimes if you have a Gmail account, that email will show up in the promotional tab. I've had 2 students that said it showed up in the spam folder. So check both. If you did not receive those emails, that's because there was a spelling mistake on your email address. But no worries, I'll fix it right here. So please do not leave my live until you come back and let me know that you received everything and that you have full access, because if there are any technical difficulties, we'll just fix it right here, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're a little bit different. You're going to leave off the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and click this link right here that says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. Price has been marked down to $3.49 for lifetime access, so you're inside forever. Scroll through, read my reviews, listen to my reviews, enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna, and then same thing, click this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start our timer now. All right, and I'm going to start sending out that second email now. Give me 1 second. Okay. Jessica, can you check your email for me? I'm not sure if you're on YouTube or TikTok. Jessica, good morning. Okay. And Abby. Okay. I'm waiting on Jessica and Abby. Ladies, please don't leave until you let me know that you are fully inside. And I don't just want to know that you got the email. I want to know that you're fully inside. I need to see that member count go up, because that's how I'm going to be messaging you so we can lock in our Zoom and all of the things. Okay. So please join now. Don't just tell me you got the email. I want to make sure you're inside, because if you're not, we'll fix whatever the technical issue is. Okay. And also, I don't know your email address to know if you misspelled it or not. So that's why I need to know. Please don't leave. All right, let's knock out some of our affirmations before we close out the morning. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. I will tell you guys this: motivation fades. Motivation is not real. Motivation is a figment of your imagination. And a lot of times what you're searching for is dopamine hits, which is why you feel like you need to watch more motivational videos. You're looking for a dopamine fix because you're addicted to social media. It's discipline. Because the harsh reality is you're not always going to feel motivated to work on your business. You are not going to always feel motivated to lose weight or whatever the goal is that you have for self. You will not always be motivated. It is discipline that carries you through. Motivation fades. By the time I get off of this live, you'll no longer be motivated by me within 30 minutes. All that's is going to go right down the dumps, and you're going to be back scrolling, looking for another hit of dopamine. It is discipline that pushes you through, that allows you to show up even when you don't feel like it, that allows you to show up even when you would rather be outside or going to happy hour or watching movies. It is discipline that gets you to where you want to go, not motivation. If it was truly motivation, why you need to watch motivational videos every day? If it was truly motivation that carried you through, why would you need to watch motivational videos every day? One would be enough for a lifetime if it was only motivation, but it's not. It's discipline. It is discipline. This is especially important to the ladies who are always starting and stopping. You lack discipline. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to sit in that lack and just say, oh, yeah, I know I lack discipline. Oh, well. Or are you going to do something about it? Things do not change until you change. Okay. Let's do another. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. That's why I keep telling you, take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and just decide to do something a little bit different every day. So many of you guys want to be perfect, but you're not perfect. I don't know who fed you that lie. I don't need to know you to know you are not perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Chain. You are not perfect by any means. So trying to have the perfect video, the perfect ebook, the perfect business plan is a waste of your time because it will never be perfect. You can plan out everything and God will still laugh at you because it's his plan, not yours. Some of you guys want to journal about this business plan. It's time to just start. When I started making content, I started during COVID. And so it was 2020. The iPhone I had was already 4 years behind that. So the iPhone I had was back in 2016. Okay. And back in 2016, front-facing cameras wasn't even a thing. They had a front-facing camera, but they didn't put all the technology and all that stuff into it. They didn't care. Nobody cared about front-facing cameras back in 2016. No one really cared, right? So here I am trying to create content during COVID in 2020 with a phone that was 4 years old. I didn't even know about ring lights back then. I didn't wait until I could afford a fancy camera. I have one now, but that was 6 years after the fact. I started with what I had and what I could afford. Some of y'all don't even want to post because you're like, oh, I got to save up for a camera. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to save up for anything. You just need to record the video. It's like so many people, you see creators who are 5 years deep, 10 years deep, and you're trying to compare yourself to them. And this is why I tell you to get off of these social media apps. This is exactly why. Comparison is a thief of joy, but you're so busy scrolling and watching other people's highlight reels and seeing how they're making their videos and trying to compare yourself to them, failing to realize they are more experienced than you. They're making more money than you because they've been doing it longer than you. But you can't see that because you won't close the app. Just start with what you have. But unfortunately, even though I'm telling you this, the sad truth, most of you, you're not even, it's still not going to click. You're going to look at someone else and you're going to compare your videos to theirs and then try to convince yourself that you're not good enough and that you shouldn't do it because nobody's going to watch you. That's what you're going to do. And then more and more years are going to go by and you're going to be stuck in the exact same spot because you refuse to just focus on progress. You want to be perfect. And that's never going to happen. I hate to burst your bubble, but it will never be perfect. That is the truth. The truth is, you need to just start. You need to just start. Yes, I'll show you. YouTube. You're going to leave the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and you're going to click right here where it says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And the price has been marked down to $349 for lifetime access. Scroll down. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then click right here, this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, hold on. Okay. You're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile. And don't forget, I'm on 2 TikToks. The one that says Tired of Your Own BS, Let's Fix It. You guys are on my backup account, so my profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same, okay? You're going to click where it says stand.store. And then here we are, same thing. Become the woman who actually follows through. That was our timer. And it is marked down to $349 from $597. Scroll down, enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that up. Then you click this blue button right here that says Start My Glow Up. And same thing, within 30 seconds, you should be receiving that very first email from Stan and that second email from Jasmine Spencer. Abby, I'm still waiting on you. You guys, please don't leave until you let me know you received your email. Y'all know how we roll. Y'all know this because I like to make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be and there was no spelling mistakes. I don't know what your email is supposed to be to know if you misspelled something. So that's why I want you to come back and let me know that you got everything. Okay. Abby, are you on TikTok, YouTube? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I see Jessica inside. She's ready to go. I'm gonna give Abby a few more seconds. We're gonna close it out. Let's do another one. Trying to find one we haven't really done. I have the power to create the life I want. I have the power to create the life I want. You sure do. But unfortunately, some of y'all not gonna see that because you refuse to stop scrolling. The life you want is not sitting on social media. The life you want is outside. The life you want is picking up that phone and starting the business, getting in front of your laptop, working on that product. It's not scrolling. Stop watching other people's life and go live your own. You have one life and you'd rather watch other people's highlight reels than just build the very thing that you claim you want so badly. If you want confidence, then build the confidence. If you want a business, then build the business. If you want to be a content creator, then create the content. If you want to lose weight, then just lose it. You make things harder than it needs to be every single day because you won't get out your head. You are your own worst enemy. It is you. It really is you. It really is you. For those of you guys who joined Glow Up Academy, I'm hopping in now. For those of you guys who didn't, that was your choice. That was your choice. I will say this before we close this out. Whether you think I can help you or not, you've got to get off of these apps. The life you want is not sitting on TikTok. The life you want is not sitting on Instagram. The life you want is not sitting on YouTube. Apply what you've learned and do it. And go live your life. And only surround yourself with people who add to you, not who take from you. Okay? Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you guys follow me if you haven't already. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me on this beautiful Wednesday. Abby and Jessica, I'm hopping in now. Y'all get a message from me in the next few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, keep doing what you're doing. And I'm glad you're getting the results that you've always wanted. Okay? Bye, you guys. Bye, YouTube.